Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Citizen AY, the platform where we speak truth to power. This afternoon, we really want to try and go into this thing a little bit. So 1 second, please make sure you got it all right. Yeah, I'm in there. Okay. Good afternoon to you all. Hope you can hear me. Look, not only are the Fulani government, and let's call them what they are. They're the Fulani government. Remember, they come from Futajalon. I always say to you all, they come from Futajalon. Just so we remember, all of this stuff is all determined to try and, get us to cower to them. And we mustn't. Oloye Sunday Igboho is innocent of all charges against him. He is innocent. The government have even admitted that they went into his house illegally. They've admitted that. They admitted that they illegally went into his home and destroyed his home. He's done nothing wrong. He's not said that everybody should go and attack any Fulani man. No. He said that we as Southerners should have a right to be protected, to have the right to self-determination. He has not made any, he's not made any anything one can say is going against Fulanis in any way, shape, or form. He's only saying that the killings of Southerners has gone on long enough, and we must have the right to defend ourselves. Something that the government has failed to do. Let's listen to what Malami says in the meantime, and we are here to refute everything that Malami says. Refute it. We stand fully, squarely behind Oloye Sunday Igboho. Same thing with Nnamdi Kanu, but I just wanted to bring this here. Let's watch this.
The federal government has received the report on financiers of Adeniyi Sunday Adeyemo, aka Sunday Igboho. The report revealed that Sunday Igboho is a director and signatory to Adeshun International Concept Limited, registered on 23rd April 2010. Adeshun International Concept Limited also has Oladele Oyetunji.
Is it a crime to own a company? Is it a crime to own a company? Or is that now the preserved of the Fulanis also? We're just trying to understand. He is a businessman. He trades in cars. There is nothing wrong with that. There is nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with Oloye Sunday Igboho trading in cars. There is nothing wrong. He's a self-made man, one we are proud of.
And Ederofo Adeyemo as directors. Similarly, Igboho is linked to 43 bank accounts in 9 banks. The major financier of the fugitive and separatist was found.
He is not a fugitive. He's not a separatist. He is not. He is a self-determination. He's a man speaking for self-determination. You see the narrative, what they're saying separatist and fugitive. He's not a fugitive. The government went into his home and destroyed his home. The Fulani federal government went into his home and destroyed his home. And we are here to expose the lie of this Fulani government. We are here to expose the lie of this Fulani government. They are lying. It is all lies. I want you to remember that. I want you to know that. What they are doing is all lies. Now, let's listen on. We are here to counter it. Oloye Sunday Igboho is neither a fugitive nor a secessionist. He is not. He is a self-determination supporter. He is a person who's agitating for the protection of Southerners. And is not a fugitive. The government have no right to go after him for speaking up about the right of the people to go for self-determination and referendum. The narrative that they are trying to spin here is something we must all challenge. We must challenge this unequivocally. Watch on.
To be a federal lawmaker in the National Assembly. A total sum of 127 145,000 naira was received by Igboho from his financiers between.
If you do business however way, as long as it's legal, there's nothing wrong with it. Prove there's anything dodgy about it. Prove it. The government should always ensure that they do not convict somebody of a crime unless and until they've gone through the court process. Right now, the government is guilty. The government and Malami is guilty of convicting an innocent man before he is even setting foot in a court of law. And that's the problem here. Let's listen on. Let's watch on.
Between 22nd October 2013 and 28th September 2020 through Adhesion International Concept Limited account. A total of 273,198,200.
This, I'm sorry, you can see, you can read out all whatever you want. He is doing a business. There is nothing wrong in Oloye Sunday Igboho doing his normal business like any other business. And the government is trying to label his business as some kind of a terrorist activity when they are ignoring the likes of Gumi. Gumi, the terrorist. Let me show you, to show you the hypocrisy of this government. Let me show you what I mean. Let me show you the hypocrisy of this government. Let's go and get something here. Let's go and get Gumi, a picture of Gumi, who they like to support. Let's get him out. Okay, now. There's a picture of Gumi sitting with terrorists. Yeah? Let's put this here. Let me put this here. And then let me put the picture of Oloye there. The government of the day has not once. He's sitting. That is Gumi sitting with terrorists. Trading with them. Negotiating with terrorists. Oloye Sunday Igboho is doing no such thing. The only people that should be negotiating with, talking to any terrorist, should be the army and the people whereby they're trying to contain them. When you are putting people, civilian, this Sheikh Gumi is a civilian that is now a go-between for the government, between the government and the terrorists, and is working for the terrorists and is getting protection. Oloye Sunday Igboho is doing no such thing. He's speaking up for the right of Southerners to be able to defend and protect our lives. Dr. Aborodi was the one, the incident that triggered and got Oloye Igboho involved in the self-determination activities, the right to self-determination for Yorubas and Igbos and Middle Belt. Because they killed Dr. Aborodi in his farm. The government have not convicted anybody of that till to date. They've not. But here they are, trying to now sully the name of Oloye Sunday Igboho. Don't forget, they lost a case against Oloye Sunday Igboho because they went to his house and killed 2 people. They haven't released their body. Let's go and get their bodies out. I do beg your pardon. Let's go and get the, let me just do this. I'm just going to do this. Okay. Now, I want to give you this picture. The government of the day have not released. While they are saying this, the government that has no shame has not released the bodies of Adogon. They've not released the bodies of Adogon, nor the body of, so you can see. They have not released Afar and Adogon. Those 2 bodies are still yet to be released. And yet here we have this government trying to make accusations about the banking activities of a man who is doing business, who is not relying on the government to actually make his own way, a self-made man. We need to challenge this at every opportunity, at every stage. We need to confront these people. They are fraudsters. If Gumi sitting with terrorists, show me a picture where you see Oloye Sunday Igboho sitting with terrorists. You won't find it. But this man is sitting with terrorists. He should already be arrested. Gumi should be arrested, but he's not. So let's listen on. We have just given you evidence. A government that refuses to hand back the body, 2 bodies of the men that were killed in the home of Oloye Sunday Igboho. It's not a government we want to be part of. RIP One Nigeria. Let's listen on.
transaction outflows was recorded from Sunday Igboho's account between 15th March 2013 and 11th day of March 2021. Investigations revealed that Adation International Concept Limited, belonging to Igboho, transferred the sum of 12,750,000 to Abbal Bako and Sons. It might be recalled that Abbal Bako and Sons and its promoter, Abdullahi Umar Usman, are suspects in the ongoing joint terrorism finance.
Right, I'm going to stop it right there. The government of the day, let me state this, and we need to challenge this at every step of the way. I keep telling you, we must challenge this at every step of the way. The government of the day made it impossible for us to transfer money from one account to the other without using Bureau de Change. They have put the Fulanese as the only people that can do Bureau de Change in the whole of the nation. That is why you see, if you want to change money, the people that can change the money are the Fulanese. Tell me how many Southerners change money. Tell me. Tell me. This is a fraud by this governance. Please keep looking at the pictures I'm showing you. Gumi, a known terrorist supporter. The government says nothing. He's even told the government to give money to terrorists. Where can they prove where Oloye has said to give money to any terrorist? Oloye is saying for the people to be able to protect themselves in their own land, in their own farm, and speaking up for right for self-determination. It is our inalienable right to go for self-determination. And this is the injustice that we keep talking about. I'm bringing this to your attention as Yorubas, as Igbos, as Middle Belt, as Biafrans, the whole of South. This is oppression. The man you see in this picture here, Gumi, is sitting with terrorists with a gun in his arm. Look, all of them, they've all got guns, you see? And the government doesn't go to arrest him. Oloye is speaking about protecting Southerners from those people in the pictures. And they're doing nothing. The Fulani government is doing nothing. So anything you are hearing them saying, it is a pack of lies. You do not convict somebody without going through the courts establishing. Once the courts say that he's guilty, once you provide your evidence, you do not convict him, and you're not the person who's going to put the case forward as a prosecutor and convict him at the same time. No. There is a judicial process that should be gone through. Allegations are the most you can say, and even then you've got to be careful. You cannot label everything is done and say it's all is working with this. You're making allegations that are baseless, and we refute every inch of what you're saying. Oloye Sunday Igboho is innocent. Now let's carry on. And we are waiting for the bodies of Adogan and Afar, two of whom the SSS authorized to go and go into the house of Oloye Sunday Igboho in the picture without a warrant. And you are yet to explain that to us. And you are yet to provide the bodies. So what you're doing here is farce. It's a lie. It's a fraud. It's a travesty of justice. This is a travesty of justice. Now, 1 second. See?
In the ongoing joint terrorism financing investigation.
You see? They can't even line themselves up to speak the truth.
Financial transactions.
You see?
Also connected to Surajo Abubakar Muhammad, who was sentenced, for your information, to life imprisonment in United Arab Emirates on charges.
Even that isn't it. Sorry. Let me just go back. I'm going to go back. Sorry about that. That was me. I need to just go back again. Sorry about that. That was me. I just took it a trigger. I was a touch trigger happy there. So here we go.
Of financing terrorism, Boko Haram.
You see, right there, the government of the day, they failed to even convict the man that they're mentioning. He doesn't talk about that, though. He was convicted in United Arab Emirates. Why wasn't our government able to convict them? Can you see the trickery? Can you see the trickery? This is all a pack of lies. Oloye Sunday Igboho is totally innocent of all charges, and we refute him. We refute it. We refute the assertions, the attempts by Attorney General, the Fulani Attorney General of the Fulani Federation, Malami, to try to smear the name of Oloye Sunday Igboho. We totally reject everything he's saying. Oloye Sunday Igboho is entitled to carry out his business. He is a self-made man, and we stand fully with him. At this point, the government should ensure they do not interfere with the process through which he needs to go and get medical care abroad. Because the same people who are telling us about all of this, Buhari and others, are going abroad to get medical help. One, they have failed to provide to citizens. One of the reasons, particularly why Oloye is speaking up now, is because the government of the day does not care about Southerners. All of the positions that you have in government, all of the key positions are in the hands of the Fulanis. And we on whose land the ports are, don't have any influence whatsoever. And that's why we're saying what we're saying. We stand fully, squarely behind Oloye Sunday Igboho, and we reject any attempt to try to besmirch or sully his name. This is a calculated smear attempt and a way to prosecute and convict a man in his absence. And Oloye Sunday Igboho would happily come to court, but we know that when he steps foot in contraption Nigeria, he will be jailed. Because if you're a Southerner, you are convicted even before you come to court. If you're a Fulani man, you are deemed to be innocent even though there is a crime you committed. If you're a Southerner, the mere fact that you speak up for self-determination, they convict you. And there is the injustice. There lies the injustice that we're talking about. And this is why we can never be one. Gumi is walking free. I'm putting the picture of Gumi there so everybody knows who we are talking about. Gumi and others are walking free. And they are supporting terrorists who are killing in the south every day. The government is pardoning terrorists every day. As soon as they kill, they are pardoned immediately. We speak up for self-determination. We say they change our words and say we're self-determined, secession. There's nothing secessionist about this. The government of the day has failed to provide infrastructure, and we, in the absence of a governance that's failed us over 60 years, we have the inalienable right to go for self-determination, something that Oloye Sunday Igboho supports. And we are standing fully and squarely with Oloye Sunday Igboho. This government is a government full of pack of lies and of fraud. The Attorney General is telling lies. There is no basis upon which he can try to attack or to destroy the name of Oloye Sunday Igboho. The government of the day has made sure that every single Southerner, to change money, you have to go to what? You have to go to the Fulanese to change from naira to dollars. They are the bureau de change. Tell me how many Southerners have bureau de change. Tell me. So don't believe these lies. They are all a pack of lies by the Fulani government. This is why we're going for why we're saying RIP One Nigeria. We can no longer be in contrast with Nigeria with these people. They can go and build their Nigeria in Futajalon. They come from Futajalon. Let me just remind you all again. Let me remind you all. 1 second, please. Here we go. This is where they come from. In case if you don't remember, I'm just sending you a gentle reminder. That's where they come from. That's where these people come from. That's where they come from. Futa Jalon. If you ever forget, for any reason, sorry, I'm going to bring that back. Sorry about that. 1 second, please. I'm going to bring it straight back. 1 second, please. Just give me a minute. Okay, so if you forget for any reason, Just look at that. They come from Futajana. Let me put it here. Let me put it here. Make it smaller. Okay, make that bigger here. Can I make it smaller? No, I can't. But I wanted to make sure you can get this thing. So that's where they come from. Now let's listen to this one again, to his nonsense. So there we go.
This report shows the nexus between separatist agitation, terrorism financing, and disruption of peace in the country.
It's nonsense.
The report found connections of financial transactions between Adhesion International Concept Limited belonging to
the only reason that there is any interaction between the name of Abdullahi, whatever you call it, is because we have been forced to trade. If we want to change our money to be able to trade, we have to go to Bureau de Change with our own all by Fulanese. So what you're saying here is a pack of lies. It's a pack of lies. It's a pack of lies.
And some construction companies and businesses, among others. Having received the reports, the federal government remains resolute in its determination to have a peaceful Nigeria. The federal government will do the needful within the context of the legal provisions in ensuring that the matter.
A government that does not follow the rule of law, they're supposed to have paid compensation to Oloye Sunday Igboho, and in paying compensation to Oloye Sunday Igboho, they would have meant that they've agreed that they have indeed invaded his privacy and attacked him. They should leave him be. He has every right to go for self-determination and encourage people to defend themselves in the absence of the government protecting Southerners. And that is what Oloye Sunday Igboho is doing. We should not be silent. Let us all speak up about this. We must all speak up. This is injustice. This is injustice perfected by the Fulani government, and we must not be silent. We refute any attempt to destroy the name of Oloye Sunday Igboho. We categorically refute any attempt to destroy the name of Oloye Sunday Igboho, and we stand fully and squarely with him. And this is a government of the Fulani government that is full of injustices. They are perfecting injustice on Southerners. The Fulani government are perfecting a whole heap of injustices upon Southerners. And we say enough is enough. RIP One Nigeria. We have the right to self-determination. We have the right to demand for referendum in the absence of a government that has failed to provide infrastructure for over 60 years for the citizens. We say enough is enough. RIP One Nigeria. Listen on and we'll end this broadcast. I'm not going to stay too long.
Is given the deserved attention, and those found guilty will be made to face the wrath of the law. This press briefing is intended to provide an update of what the federal government is doing within the context of the fight against terrorism, and you will be kept informed as further events unfold.
So let me just put that there. I'm just going to keep it. I want to bring this picture and I'll say a few words and I'll bring it to an end, because there is no dispute. There is no dispute. I'm putting those pictures there so that there are marker points. The picture of Erdogan and Afar killed inside Oloye Sunday Igboho's house by the SSS, sent by AGF, the Fulani government. Contrast that to Gumi and terrorists who the government are pardoning every day. The Fulani government are pardoning terrorists every day. In fact, I will go so far as to say that the terrorists have got immunity from prosecution. The Fulani terrorists have got immunity from prosecution, guaranteed by the Fulani government. Something of which we, the Southerners, as Southerners, were not afforded any immunity from protection, as we are speaking on self-determination and referendum. Instead, we are prosecuted and we are killed by the Fulani government. They are aiding the terrorists in killing Southerners. And that is the evidence that we are placing before you. As we speak, the Fulani government are giving police protection to Gumi I've shown videos where you've seen Gumi with police protection, a known terrorist sympathizer negotiating with the terrorists. In fact, urging the government to pay the terrorists money. They do nothing. A man that's speaking for self-determination, protection of the lives of Southerners from being killed by Fulani terrorists, is the man that the government is now labeling a terrorist. Can you see the absurdity of what you call one Nigeria? RIP one Nigeria. RIP one Nigeria. RIP one Nigeria. We cannot be in the same contraption with these people. Enough is enough. We cannot be in the same nation. They can keep contraption Nigeria. They need to go back to Futajalon in Guinea. They must. The killings, they have killed us long enough, and we need to speak up as one, as Southerners. It is time we woke up. This man is spewing lies. Malami is spewing a bunch of lies. Let's call it what it is. If you cannot go and arrest at this minute Gumi and the likes of Gumi supporting terrorists, killing Southerners every day, then you are trading on injustice, inhumanity, and fraud. That is what you're good. That is what the Fulani government are doing. So we have no belief in this governance. That is why we're justified in going for self-determination. And at this point, we call for Southerners to go and support Ninas. Go for referendum. We must have a referendum. The constitution is a fraud. We did not have a hand in writing that constitution. We need a referendum in place. A referendum must be put on the table at this point. Any elections without referendum is a fraud. Any elections without a referendum in place as we speak is a fraud, because the elections itself is already corrupt. The attempt to destroy the name of Oloye Sunday Igboho, to paint him as a criminal, when he's a man speaking about our right to self-determination, our right to defend our lives, it exposes the lie of the Fulani government. It exposes it. And we must speak truth to power. As you all know, on this platform, on Oduduwa TV and Citizen AY, the platform where we speak truth to power. We only speak truth to power. We deal in one currency of truth. We are the Sorosoke generation with evidence. Here is one evidence. Let the federal government go and arrest Gumi right now. He is a known terrorist sympathizer. He goes into the hideout. He knows where they are. He tells the government to pay them money. He makes excuses for terrorists, and the government won't arrest him. And here you are trying to tell us that Oloye Sunday Igboho is speaking up for the right of Southerners to defend ourselves against the terrorism brought on us by Fulani terrorists, Boko Haram, ISWAP, Miyeti Allah. Those are the people that you now label terrorists. This is sheer hypocrisy. Another evidence of why we must dismantle contraption Nigeria. We have to go for Yoruba nation, Biafra nation, Middle Belt nation. The South must dismantle itself completely, disentangle itself completely from contraption Nigeria. If the Fulanis want to keep Nigeria, they need to go to Futajalon in Guinea and go and do that there. We want no part of this. They have killed us long enough. And we must not be silent. Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching Citizen AY, the platform where we speak truth to power. The currency we deal in is currency of truth. And we are the Sorosoke generation with evidence. Ladies and gentlemen, please, before you go, I urge you, please subscribe to Citizen AY on YouTube. The more you subscribe, the more this information that we're providing to you, the more it reaches more people. It is of immense importance that this information that you get now, don't keep it to yourself. Share it far and wide. Make sure you reach as many people as possible with this information. Each and every one of us must be aware of the fraudulent governance, the attempt to smear the name of Oloye Sunday Igboho. We stand fully, 100% behind Oloye Sunday Igboho. He has done nothing wrong. In fact, the government went into his house, killed two men, the two men you see in the picture, Adogan and Afa. Till date, the Fulani government has not released their bodies to the family. That is cruelty. That is cruelty beyond the inhumanity of killing the men. The government had no warrant to go into the house of Oloye Sunday Igboho, but for the video recording made by Lady K, we don't even know if any of this would have come out. And this is why they are trying to oppress and suppress us in our land. The Fulani terrorists that you see in the picture, let me just get the picture here again. So I want to make sure you get everything. The Fulani terrorists that you see in the picture, they are being protected by the Fulani government. They are being given immunity from prosecution. Whilst we, those of us speaking up for the right for self-determination, the likes of Oloye Sunday Igboho, myself and others, we are being targeted and being labeled as terrorists. Who is carrying around? Ask yourself the question: who in the picture has a gun in their hand? Just answer that simple question. Once you can answer that and look at the picture, I'm not going to tell you. You look at the picture and you decide for yourself. And tell us, you then work out who are the terrorists and who are the innocent ones. You decide. Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching Citizen AY, the platform where we speak truth to power. We only deal in one currency. The currency is truth. And of course, we're the Sorosoke generation. We provide evidence. We're the Sorosoke generation with evidence. Ladies and gentlemen, please do share this podcast when you get it. Thank you. And before you go, I will urge you, please subscribe to Citizen AY on YouTube. Sorry, 1 minute. 1 minute. Sorry about that. Sorry. Here we go. 1 second. That was a little trigger happy there. Here we go. No, so there. Okay. Please subscribe to Citizen AY on YouTube. It's very, very important. It's urgent that you do so. Subscribe to Citizen AY on YouTube. Please subscribe. It's very, very important. I might come back live and do this later on, but I wanted to do this. It's very important we confront this government. They are trying to find a way to somehow make it impossible for Oloye to travel out. He needs medical help. This government, they are inhumane. And when Audio President Buhari has an earache, he goes to UK. This Oloye has been rushed to hospital. He needs medical help, and they don't care. They do not care about his health. A government should care about the health of its people. In the UK, even if you commit a crime, you are entitled to health care. Did you hear me? You are entitled to health care. It is not a condition that they deny you, whether you commit a crime or not. You are a citizen and you are entitled to health care. The Fulani government, they use it to an excuse to kill you. And when they kill you, they won't release the body. And the government of are you hearing this thing where they said they're trying to pardon Ken Saro-Wiwa? We must accept no such thing. I'll talk about that later on. Ken Saro-Wiwa is a hero. The government of the day must go and prosecute posthumously Abacha for the killing of Ken Saro-Wiwa and others, because they killed him because he was speaking up for his people. Very much like Oloye Sunday Igboho is doing. It's time we speak truth to power. Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching Citizen AY, the platform where we speak truth to power. Please, when you get this podcast, please do share, and share. Very, very important. I wish you a happy Sunday. We will continue. We must always speak truth to power at all costs. The governance that we are under are an oppressive governance. They're a military junta. There is no democracy. This is a sham of a democracy. We are not in a democratic disposition. We are not in a democratic governance. We are not under a democratic governance. We are under a military junta. These are the facts. Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching Citizen AY, the platform where we speak truth to power. And what do you think about the flag behind me? What do you think? You like that? Yeah, I mean, let me know your comments on that as well. Please leave your comments. We appreciate you. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.